is Kaahlan, and welcome back. Things are continuing to pop off. We just found Hero. He was in a robot suit. I don't think he's the bad guy. And now, Kyoko just wants to see some dead bodies, you know? And truly, who am I to say that she shouldn't? I don't know where the stairs are. I lose the stairs on this all the time. It's okay. It's not my fault. The layout of this high school is very confusing, not efficient at all. Alright, let's go see some bodies with Kyoko. My favorite pastime. Investigating murders with Kyoko. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
So then...
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Did it? Is that it?
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey.
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did?
Whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch?
So then...
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It's most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So, that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the good little girls and boys.
In other words...
So, if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Broken wristwatch has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, that's what I thought. I figured Taka had been killed a lot earlier. And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto.
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
Because...
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
Hey.
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then...
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us with a few clues of his own. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper has been added. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse. Oh. Yeah. Look, I thought it wanted me to look at his body, not talk to Kyoko again. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. Lot of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose. You see? In his pants. Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note? I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. Interesting. So, Hiro got one saying to meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. and Taka got one saying 6 a.m. And both of these notes are Hifumi's handwriting, I'm pretty sure. I just read this. We don't need to read it again.
so...
That sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
However...
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh? It was obviously meant for Taka.
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped? Could you maybe explain it a little more? Makoto, come on, boy. Think carefully.
Hey,
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
so then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something more important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. The note Hifumi had
Hey,
was the note given to Taka. And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may have come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I'd better keep it in mind. Ding dong bing bong.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to
Already?
begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See?
I'm definitely missing a few points right now, but I feel like I actually have this one figured out. Let's see if I'm right, I guess, but I feel way more confident this time. I feel like I have understood as opposed to getting played like I did during Mondo's trial. It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we'd better get going. Okay. There's something, what was it? I was just thinking about something where I was like, I wonder... Shouldn't we question how Hiro got himself shoved into a locker? Also, I wish that I could have gotten Celeste's camera to check the timestamp on that photo. Anyway, I guess, let's go into this class trial. It's time. without further ado. Oh, there's so few people in here now. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
I don't like this. Hello! 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 He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope! Not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy!
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train, or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already. I didn't do it. For serious. I believe you, Hero. That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends, the killer is someone right here. Alright. What's up, Kyoko?
hey,
The story begins when we get down there. I just wanted to say hi to her. She's my girlfriend, okay? I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
just the one.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Do you really hate me that much? But I'm so cute!
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me! Of course I'm gonna start it! I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. I sure would like to save the data over my other data, because I ran out of spots. I don't need to open the e-handbook. I would like, have I gotten any more skills? I don't talk to enough people. I only talk to Celeste and Kyoko, so I've only gotten theirs. Rip. That's all we got. That's it. Let's go. I'm so ready. I'm excited.
Let's
Hype.
begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
No, we don't. I think it was Celeste. I should have spent more time with her.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else? We have to make that clear. I don't think he is. I think it's Celeste. She's pushing for it pretty hard too.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second.
Okay, I like listening the whole way through the first time. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is... Yeah, it's very nice.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
No, it's wrong.
The blueprints aren't good proof. It's not his handwriting.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
I really don't. Hina, I really don't.
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
Yeah, Byakuya, I still don't like you, but thank you for agreeing with me.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
No one.
Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
I don't know if there was anyone inside the suit. And of course, he passes it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit. It was Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
He was the prime suspect to be in the suit.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the
Yeah,
suit.
okay.
But he's
Byakuya
not the
knows what I'm
culprit.
going for.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Yeah.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Ooh, she sounds a little mad.
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. so let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Oh, you couldn't push the cart in the suit because it doesn't bend at the waist.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
I can. Do I just need the...
I got it!
Okay, I wasn't sure if I needed the tarp or the dolly. There's still one more thing. The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been... Oh yeah, the tarp and the dolly. Okay.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room.
Why did Byakuya give me a why was he like angry at me for answering that? I'm right.
So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing.
I mean, yeah, cause what, you're
I'm
gonna
sure
just
the dolly
drag
was
the
in
tarp?
The equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
It's also, there's bloodstains on the wheels. Why are we discussing this so hard?
Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Oh no, am I mistaken?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
No, I'm not.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
Yo, that is possible. My
She's
memory
raised
is
an
awful.
objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong, and nobody expects much from you anyway.
Whoa, Celeste.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is
Okay,
going on
you know,
around you.
that might be true. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Yes. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has a function along with the right mouse button and left mouse and buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time and your ammo will not increase. I forgot the button for fever time. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. Was it space? Is it the space button?
You had it wrong. agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
Oh, I was not pressing the tab key.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
Oh my god.
I cannot agree. You are a fool.
I'm glad I had fever because I needed it.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Phew, okay. I thought tab would reload all of the buttons, and then I saw it only reloaded one, and I was like,
You're
oh,
asking
that's
for
not
proof
good.
that
I
the
should have
dolly
been
moved.
reloading as I went.
I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look back at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? It's because the dolly doesn't have a handle, and the Robo Justice costume
As we
can't bend
know,
at the waist.
Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Oh, is that not right? I guess that was not correct. Okay. What? My bad. I'm sorry. I was like, it doesn't have a handle. You can't bend over with the costume. I'll keep
As we
listening
know,
because I was
Taka
obviously
killed,
wrong.
and from there.
Yeah, the culprit then loaded it on.
Now,
Keep in mind that the dolly
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Okay, I should have just waited 1 second. I think that's my biggest issue when I'm playing this, is just that, like, I
You're
tend to shoot
absolutely
things that I
right you
think
could
sound
push
right.
a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised we got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
it seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Hero wasn't able to take off the suit on his own. There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body, because
I got it!
can't take it off yourself.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help?
Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing.
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice, that's what I decided to call him just now. Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. He had that name for a long time.
Is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
That would be great.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened.
Let's take another look back on the next episode. Hey, thank you guys all so much for watching. As usual, I appreciate it a lot. If you guys are enjoying it, then, you know, maybe like, comment, subscribe. And I guess we'll figure out what's gonna happen in the next one. I feel way more confident that it is Celeste and Hifumi was working with her, and I'm guessing that's because Celeste stole Alter Ego. But I guess we will find out soon. I will see you guys later. Goodbye!